From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning as $1,400 third stimulus checks will be crashing into your bank accounts tomorrow, March 24th. Who will get the stimulus checks by direct deposit tomorrow, the third stimulus check, March 24th? And who will get it by paper check? I'll have all those details and more. Meantime, big updates across the board on a big day as the gambling industry sees a massive resurgence across the board in both horse tracks and also casinos. I'll have all those details. Elsewhere, your third stimulus of $14 stimulus checks is having a positive impact on European economies. The stimulus impact internationally is going positive. I'll have all those details as well. Elsewhere, the movie industry gets back to normal. More movie theaters announce their opening, and I'll have all those details about what's going on in the next few days. Elsewhere, the House will have a major testimony today from Janet Yellen and also Jerome Powell before Maxine Waters' committee. But you'll also listen to a new video from Maxine Waters about the need for stimulus and what she said in that recording. Also, you'll see a new recording from Elizabeth Warren. And in that new video, Elizabeth Warren calls for the end of the Senate filibuster. This is amid news that the fourth stimulus may get bifurcated into two bills, the first bill landing in the next few days. Elsewhere, there's a lot of exciting news as industries continue to reopen, but we look back on the one-year anniversary today of when the pandemic first crashed into Wall Street and started the quickest bear market. What has resurged and what has not. I'll have all those details and more. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and I'm so excited to give you a new day as Mornings LA gets underway right now, direct from Los Angeles. The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and guess what? Tomorrow, March 24th, your $1,400 third stimulus checks will be here as well. Congratulations. Yesterday, the IRS confirmed the reporting this channel that tomorrow, March 24th, is a big drop of direct deposit of $1,400 third stimulus checks into direct deposit accounts. Of all those details in just 1 second. But first, if you've not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single video, and I have a lot of breaking details across the board today. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm ranking. Let's see if we can get 2,000-3,000 likes and consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and in the bottom of the video as well. Let me get to the breaking developing news. First, today is March 23rd. Tomorrow is March 24th. The IRS yesterday confirmed the reporting of this channel exclusively from last weekend that a big drop of direct deposits of $1,400 third stimulus checks will occur tomorrow, March 24th. That deposit started with the delivery of the funds last Friday, IRS confirms. This, by all accounts, will be the final wave of direct deposits of the $1,400 third stimulus checks. You will see them post to your account either today, the 23rd, or tomorrow, the 24th, or could even post on the 25th. More about that in a second. What's important to know is that 3 groups of people would likely see direct deposit this week. Who are those groups? First, people who receive their benefits monthly into bank accounts like Bank America or Chase and are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad benefits. This could include you. Next, people who use the Direct Express card and are people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits and receive their monthly benefits on that card. Number 3, people who receive the first or second stimulus by direct deposit may also receive it on direct deposit on the 24th. Number 4, people who updated their direct deposit information by filing a 2020 tax return in mid to late February, had that tax return processed by the IRS, may also get it by direct deposit this week. And then, who are the groups that are not getting it by direct deposit? Guess what? Everyone I just mentioned. Yes, IRS yesterday confirmed that everyone in the group that I just mentioned that could get it by direct deposit tomorrow may also not get it. And you may actually get it by paper check instead. What's going on? Over the weekend, I told you that I had nearly 50% of the viewers of this channel learning that while they're expecting direct deposit of their $1,400 third stimulus check, while they were expecting it, they learned that it's not coming by direct deposit, it's coming by paper check. This was not a surprise to me because in December, under second stimulus, I saw viewers have the same thing happen as well. They were expecting direct deposit, and then it showed up in the mail. At the time, IRS was asked why, and they said no particular reason, just happens. But yesterday, they were asked the question again. Yesterday, going into yesterday, I had seen about 50% of the viewers of this channel who were expecting direct deposit of the $14 third stimulus check, learning it's coming in the mail. What did IRS say yesterday? A large percentage of those that are expecting direct deposit will not get it by direct deposit, but rather in the mail. So what is IRS's advice? They said, watch the direct deposit tomorrow, March 24th, and this week. But if you don't see it by direct deposit, it's in the mail. More about that in a second. I have more details about what's going on with that in a second. But breaking news this morning, as the gambling industry has seen a massive resurgence. This is from the horse track races and also the casinos. Penn National Gaming CEO this morning said that the resurgence and perhaps the use of the stimulus check has seen numbers we have never seen. Jay Snowden told News this morning that we saw last weekend one of the biggest weeks we have seen in years. He says far in excess of the 2019 numbers that spending at casinos is at record levels in the last few days. Also making news this morning are the movie theaters. Regal Cinemas announced that after 6 months, it's reopening theaters, and that will start in the next few days. It will start with Warner Brothers film Godzilla vs. Kong, and Mortal Kombat will be playing April 16th. No longer have to watch movies at home. Also making news today is the incredible positive news that the European community is getting the positive impact of your stimulus. They now show that your third stimulus has now had a positive impact on them. This helps you because if their economy is strong, they buy your products. They buy your steel, your manufacturing, your consumer goods, and your retail. A new report from chief economist Philip Lang says that there will be a positive spillover from the U.S., the fact that there's significant stimulus in both the global GDP and exports across the board. Meantime, it's 1 year today since the stock market crashed when the pandemic first hit. And what's happened in that 1 year? Wall Street's looking back on the 1 year and also looking forward. And that 1 year shows that during that time, there has been a rapid increase of 166% in 3D printing, lithium batteries, and also online retail. Other industries have slagged. Those have been utilities, healthcare, and consumer staples are only up 30% since the crash of March 2020. Ultimately, that was the fastest bear market ever. And of course, we're now in a bull market. More about that in a second. But what's very interesting is that earlier today and last night, the White House detailed the push for forced stimulus. Forced stimulus, according to a new news report released last night, will be done in a bifurcated fashion, meaning two bills. The first bill will already land in the Senate and House floors in the next few days. The first bill is getting a lot of interesting push and a lot of interesting oppositions. Let me go over what's going on with fourth stimulus in a second, and I'll cut back to your stimulus check in a moment. Fourth stimulus is getting a push from Senate Democrats in the Senate and House Democrats to have recurring stimulus checks until the end of this year, every month, presumably $2,000 a month, and presumably until December. That would be $12,000 to $16,000. This is for you. There's other Democrats then that say, you know what, we're not supporting the bill unless you get Republicans to support it. Third, there are other Democrats that are saying you need to pay for the bill by itself, and we're not going to support it unless you do no new taxes. Let's cut back to that third stimulus check now. What's important to understand is that the third stimulus check, the $1,400 third stimulus check, will post today, the 23rd, tomorrow, the 24th, and also on the 25th. A week ago tomorrow was St. Patrick's Day. And on that day, the vast majority of the banks that were dropping the stimulus check posted it in the middle of the day. So no need to wake up tomorrow morning at 12 a.m. and say, wait a second, I don't see a stimulus check in my bank account. Because most banks generally post the available funds in the middle of the day. They will post it throughout the day, of course. They could post it today, they can post it tomorrow, and they can post it the day after. Why? IRS, in this direct deposit wave, sent it out last Friday. And yesterday, IRS confirmed that the banks have the funds. They may ultimately decide to release the funds before the effective date, which is March 24th, or release it that day or the day after. What's an effective date? When you get a check in the mail, in the corner, there's a date of the check. It will say, for example, March 24th. You go to the bank on the 22nd, you get it early in the mail, and you go to the bank and this guy says, sir, the check is for 2 days from now. I can't cash it. What do you mean? Oh, I guess I got it in the mail early. Yes, that's the effective date. So some banks may not make the funds available to you tomorrow. Also, what's very important to know is that you will likely not receive an alert from your bank that funds are coming. It will just appear. Because this is funds from the federal government, banks generally don't put them on hold status because they know the money is good. Moreover, they don't have to put the money on hold status because they've had the money since last Friday. So if you don't see anything pending in your account, don't worry because it's just going to appear. It's just going to appear. Also, what's really important to note is that this information is the current status. There are several banks that have pre-recorded voice message recordings on their machine saying that stimulus checks will land in your direct deposit over the next few weeks. That is a categorically untrue recording. Why? Because IRS confirmed it yesterday. IRS yesterday said, we sent out the final wave of stimulus checks last Friday, and that is where we're going. If you don't get it this time this week, it's in the mail. It's not coming in a couple of weeks. It's either coming this week or it's coming in the mail. More about that in a second. Additionally, if you go to a bank's website, it says your stimulus check for direct deposit will be available in a few weeks when we get it. That's also untrue. IRS says we've already sent out the wave of checks last Friday, and if you don't get it, it's coming by paper check. Let me analyze those words carefully for you. IRS is making very clear that this second wave of direct deposits for all of you started last Friday, and this will be the final one. They say if it's not here, it's going to be in the mail. Now, they don't use the word final one, but they signal that if it's not in direct deposit, it's not coming in direct deposit another time. It's coming then in the mail. So then when is it coming in the mail? Viewers of this channel saw that the direct deposits that they were expecting came in the mail last Thursday. They got in the mail last Friday and also Saturday and yesterday. You could see them in the mail any day this week. IRS says watch the mail this week. And now here's the unusual words. IRS says over the next few weeks. This is where we don't have a lot of clarity from IRS. It's not particularly clear if they mean that there'll be multiple wave of mailings of checks, but they're certainly making clear this is the direct deposit week. After this, it's mailed checks for people. So that is really important news. I'll have more about that in a second. But let me cut to the other big news, which is that Democrats are dealing with a lot of issues. And among the issues is when that forced stimulus check lands, when that forced stimulus package lands in the Senate, will they get it passed? A new concern is the Senate filibuster. And that concern is heating up in a new video from Elizabeth Warren asking for the end of the Senate filibuster in advance of the fourth stimulus package with those reoccurring stimulus checks landing in the Senate. Let's listen to this new video from Elizabeth Warren asking for the end of the Senate filibuster.
The filibuster.
The filibuster.
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 Here's what it is, and here's why it stinks. For a vote on a bill to take place, a few things have to happen. 1, a bill is brought to the floor. 2, senators debate the bill. 3, senators in debate. 4, senators vote on the bill. Majority wins. That's the way the founders intended it to go, at least. Here's the hitch. In 1806, Aaron Burr, yes, the one who killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel, Aaron Burr said that the Senate had too many rules and should get rid of some. One rule that got tossed in the trash can, the rule that said any senator could propose a vote that would cut off debate. That means this step could, in theory, go on forever. For years, business generally went on as usual. But then, Senator John Calhoun realized he could exploit this rule change to seize more power for southern slaveholding states by filibustering. In 1917, President Wilson, tired of a Senate that was obstructing more than voting, pressured the Senate to pass a rule to make sure that debate wouldn't hold up voting forever and ever. The Senate responded with a rule called Rule 22, also called a cloture vote. It looked like the other rule that Aaron Burr had thrown in the trash can, except for one enormous difference. To end debate, Rule 22 required a supermajority, or 2/3 of the Senate. Now, a small minority in the Senate could force a bill to get through 2 votes, a supermajority vote to end debate, and a simple majority vote to pass the bill. It made no sense.
And among those problems are when and how forced stimulus will get to the floor to debate. I'll have more about the third stimulus check and its arrival in your direct deposit tomorrow. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right after this with another video. Mornings LA, we have the live feed direct from the White House as the Federal Reserve Chair and Janet Yellen, head of Treasury, testify about your stimulus. More about that in a second because I had to prepare remarks. But how are you? It's a good morning. Having a great day? Have you crushed the virus? Crushed the coffee? Crushed the bacon? Well, you know, there's no bacon. Hope you're doing great. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I loving all the excitement and the renewed energy. And boy, we're going to get through this together as a family. Also, if you're not like this video and the video is helpful to you, consider liking this video. Here are the banks that have paid out stimulus checks to viewers this channel. This list grew in the middle of St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. If you hear your bank on the list, then your bank will likely do the direct deposit tomorrow to millions of customers. If not, then to paper check. Here are the banks that are paying stimulus checks again tomorrow. They would likely be Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp, Chime. They have already paid stimulus checks to viewers this channel. PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United Bank have paid stimulus checks. Also US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Lake Michigan Credit Union, and USAA. Also having paid stimulus checks are Union Bank, NetaBank, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, Navy Federal, BB&T, Wood Forest, Bank America, Chase, Wells Fargo, also H&R Block, Green Emerald Card, and TurboTax. Those are banks that have paid out stimulus checks. What do you need to know going into tomorrow? First, direct deposit could appear today, the 23rd. It could also appear tomorrow, the 24th. It could also appear the 25th. Would it appear after that? Likely not, IRS says. This is the way for direct deposit, and after that, it's to paper checks we go. Next, how many viewers this channel would get a paper check? And what I mean by paper check, I'm including the mailed debit card. How many viewers this channel who are expecting Direct Express would get it in the mail instead? I'm predicting 50% of the viewers this channel, which is an enormous sum. Why do I know that? Over the weekend, viewers of this channel followed my advice and went to irs.gov to track their stimulus. And of those that are expecting direct deposit, because they got the last one by direct deposit, nearly 50% of them got an alert that it's coming in the mail. What did IRS say yesterday? Surprising words. IRS said that of those expecting direct deposit of your $1,400 third stimulus check, it will be a large, quote, large amount of them will not come by direct deposit, but will be coming in the mail. So this is the very clear message. Direct deposits will be landing this week, and then away we go to mailed checks. Mailed checks include the paper check and also the debit card. More about that later in this video. But let me cut to what's going on with the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve's chairman, Jerome Powell, will be testifying actually at the very moment, I guess he just started just a few minutes ago. I tried to grab the live feed of him, but I couldn't. Jerome Powell is currently testifying live before Maxine Waters' House Financial Committee. He's testifying with Janet Yellen, your head of Treasury. But the reason why you tuned into me is I have this prepared statement, so I know exactly what he's saying. This is what he's going to read to the committee right now. He says, quote, the recovery is far from complete. So the Fed will continue to provide the economy the support it needs for as long as it takes. This is great news because he's basically saying the stimulus continues to need to roll out because we are far from recovered. What else is he saying before the live committee right now? He says sectors of the economy most adversely affected by the resurgence of the virus and by greater social distancing remain weak. And the unemployment rate is still elevated at 6.2%, estimates the shortfall, particularly as labor market participation remains notably below pre-pandemic levels. This is huge because as this country goes into forced stimulus, we know the following situation is happening. One, job creation has not occurred. There is only, at the moment, 300,000 jobs being created in this economy per month. We have 8 million jobs missing. It would take 16 months to create the number of jobs we need to have people back to employment. Federal Reserve says we're going to continue to support this economy until people are reemployed. And guess who also says that? The president and Janet Yellen, and she's testifying right today with Jerome Powell before the Senate committee, the House committee as well. He also says that we need to see unemployment numbers drop. It's currently at 6% in major indices across the board. So he wants it to pre-pandemic levels. Thursday, is it going to be another 700,000 people going on unemployment claims? Understand, as this community, we have a lot of stuff to still fix. My dedication to you is to ensure that you get your $1,400 third stimulus check, that you know where, when, and how it lands in your bank account. That's number one. That you then, after you get the stimulus check, get the money that's available in third stimulus, because it's a lot of money. It's $5, $6, $10, $20,000. And we have a lot of fixing to do. The fixing involves, one, IRS saying if you're missing a first, second, or third stimulus check, we're going to give you guidance over the next few weeks how to fix it. I'll be giving you that guidance as soon as it hits. Next, if you got unemployment benefits last year, $10,200 of it is tax-free. How do you fix it? IRS says I'm going to give you that guidance over the next few days. If you have a child under the age of 17, you're waiting for that $5,000 or $4,400 for that child. IRS says we're going to give you that guidance how to fix that as well. I'm going to give you that as well. We have a lot of things to fix, and that's before we have things like EIDL that has yet to go live, the $5,000 grant. A lot of things for the fix, and I'm here to get you all that money before we even get into forced stimulus, which is just a next step away. Meantime, a new video from Maxine Waters, before whose committee Jerome Powell is now testifying, reveals the reaction to stimulus. The reaction to stimulus is very important. And in this new video, she explains how helpful this new stimulus package is for millions of Americans. Let's listen into this new video from this committee that's hearing testimony today about your stimulus.
Mr. Speaker and members, I would like to thank President Biden and all of the Democratic leadership for this wonderful, historic piece of legislation that we're voting on here today. This indeed responds to the needs of the American people during this pandemic. This is why I came to Congress to do this kind of work, and I'm so proud to be a Democratic member of Congress at this time. I want you to know that this bill not only supports education, gives stimulus checks to put food on the table, unemployment assistance, small businesses will be able to reopen and to stay open, and then everybody will have access to the vaccines that will be made available because of this bill. And it has been said more than once that this bill will take children out of poverty. They will be able to depend on regular assistance to them and their families every month. I'm so pleased that as the chair of the Financial Services Committee, I had in my jurisdiction $77 billion to deal with some very critical issues. This bill includes critical funding for emergency rental assistance, providing $22.5 billion to pay the back rent and future rent payments owed by millions of struggling families. And that is in urban communities, rural communities, Black, white, Asian, all folks will have access to this rental assistance. Combined with the funding for emergency rental assistance, I negotiated in the December stimulus package and the $5 billion for 70,000 new housing vouchers that are included in this package. This bill is truly historic and will help people across the nation to remain safely housed. Thank you so very much, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Coming up next will be the live feed of that testimony on her House committee floor addressing for stimulus. Also coming up is a live feed from the press room of the White House that addresses stimulus landing in your bank account. If you're just joining me, let me give you the big update as we go into the continuation of Mornings LALATE. How are you? $1,400 third stimulus checks will be landing in direct deposit accounts tomorrow. The stimulus checks were sent out in a second wave, IRS confirms, last Friday. This is the final wave. There will be no other wave. IRS seems to signal this is the final wave of the $1,400 third stimulus check. You will not get an alert likely before it appears. It'll just appear. It may appear today, it may appear tomorrow, the 24th, and it may appear the day after the 25th. After that, there will be no other direct deposits occurring. Banks that are saying to you that stimulus checks will be deposited in weeks from now are not giving you the latest updated information. Those recordings, those postings are from over last week. The latest update from IRS is there will be no other direct deposit occurring. The people will then get them by paper check in the mail. This includes all viewers of this channel. Throughout the day, there's been a lot of fake narratives. I saw some of the fake narratives in this chat. I certainly deleted those fake narratives where people saying people who don't file this or don't do this aren't getting this or aren't getting that. Untrue, untrue, untrue. Ultimately, stay with me and help you get the information out that's correct. If you go to irs.gov and see a new update in your toolbox, that is the single most important information you need to know. Second, if you get an alert from your bank or you receive a deposit, drop it in the comments or send me an alert as well. That is the eyes and ears of this channel, and I really appreciate all the love and support as we continue to get that stimulus check in your bank account today, tomorrow, and the day after. Coming up next on Mornings LALATE are those live videos that go over your stimulus from both the White House press briefing room and also the House Senate, the House Banking Committee. I thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. Let's see if we can get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling. The toast is toasting, this butter is still buttering. And I'm here, you're here, and I'll be back in just 3 minutes as Mornings LALATE continues.